Hey guys, I'm feeling a little sweaty. Just got done with the 15-minute makeup challenge, and here's the look I ended up with. I think that this is really great when you're going for just something that's simple. You want to feel a little bit more put together, but you don't want to spend a lot of time. This is something I would definitely feel comfortable and confident walking out of the house with, going to the farmer's market, any morning that I maybe hit the snooze button too many times and have to head off to work. I could especially see if you have the time to just add a little bit of more of a pop of lipstick if you're looking for that extra level. So there's a lot of great ways that you can add on to this look as well. If you'd like to see my 15-minute makeup challenge, then just keep watching. Okay, so this should be fun. Hopefully I can do it in 15 minutes. I've gotten ready in 15 minutes before, so I'm not too concerned. Before we get started, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my doggy's coming downstairs. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I would do to set up. So first thing in the morning, I always use micellar water on my skin and then put on my vitamin C serum. So what I would recommend doing right away, go in with your moisturizer right away, just so that it has time to absorb. So before we get started, I wanted to let you know that I did prep my skin before I left the house a little bit earlier today. And I have a combination of these two products. This is the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. So I really like this moisturizer because it's lightweight and it has a little bit of glow to it. And then I mixed in the Ren Clean Screen Mineral SPF. So this has no chemical UV filters. So it is a mineral sunscreen, so it will lay down a barrier that the UV rays can't get in. And this is a mattifying face sunscreen, has SPF 30. I just started using this one. I'm really liking it so far, but when you first apply it, it does have a little bit of a white cast, so you want to let that sit for a moment to just absorb. So usually what I do my skincare right away, and then I put my moisturizers on so they can sit while I'm making my cup of coffee, grabbing a smoothie, like whatever I'm gonna do, and then that has time to absorb before I put on any makeup. So those are already on my skin. I don't really consider that cheating. But I also wanted to talk a little bit about hair refresh. So two products that I popped in my hair a little bit ago are the Paul Mitchell Invisible Wear Brunette Dry Shampoo. So this dry shampoo is great for people with darker hair because it doesn't leave a white cast at all. But one tip that I have for you guys when you're using your dry shampoos is spray them in and let them sit for a few minutes. A lot of times people spray in their dry shampoo and then right away they go in and they start working it out at the roots, but you're going to get the best result from letting it sit in for a couple minutes to absorb the oils in your hair. So that'll give you a much cleaner feel. And then I added the Paul Mitchell gloss drops just through my ends. So we're like I said, we're headed to Summerfest after this, and it's going to be really humid out, so I'll probably end up putting my hair into a ponytail, but this way I'll have frizz control and my ends will just look shiny. So put your dry shampoo in. Like what I would do is wash your face. If you do your morning skincare, get your moisturizer and your sunscreen on to absorb into your skin, and then spray your dry shampoo in, go have your cup of coffee and start doing your makeup. Then that will all have time to absorb into your hair. So just a little tip. Okay, let's get started on the makeup. And so that I don't have to fight through my hair, because I need every precious moment of this 15 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and put on a headband. That way all of my hair will be out of my face and I don't have to worry about getting any makeup in it. Okay, so I'm putting 15 minutes on the timer, starting now. Okay, so I'm gonna go through with the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Stick. I was thinking about just using the Complexion Rescue Tinted Moisturizer, but this it has a little bit more coverage and it's not quite as emollient, so I think that's just gonna last longer for me out in the heat. And I wear the shade Bamboo. You could certainly blend this in with your fingers, but in all honesty, the amount of time that it would take to then wipe off my hand, I think I could still do the same with a brush, the same amount of time. And this product is a little thicker, so I would actually say, I was thinking, I'll use the tinted moisturizer, and then that way I can just pop it on with my hands, but this I do like putting on with a brush. Oh my gosh, we're almost 2 minutes in already. And this product also has SPF in it, so you'll kind of be getting a double dose. Seriously, guys, SPF should be in your skincare every single day. You should be putting it on before you put anything else on your face. And the SPF in your skin, like in your foundation, doesn't necessarily count as your SPF for the day because you're not putting it on thick enough that it would ever make a difference. So make sure that you're putting on a true SPF before anything else. Healthy skin is beautiful skin, right? Okay, we got that. And then I'm going to use the Fit Me concealer today just because this is really nice and lightweight. And since I'm going for a more natural effect, this will go well with that. And I'm pretty sure that this is the shade Sand. Yeah. I should get like a 2-minute credit just for having to like be chatty. Because of course it would go faster if you weren't talking, but that's okay. Okay. Take my beauty blender. And actually, I think that this concealer you could probably do with your fingers. But again, I feel like by the time I wash that product off of my hands, I could have used a brush or a sponge. And this is the Beauty Blusher size, so it's a little bit smaller. I find that the full-size Beauty Blender is just like too much. If you're gonna use it to apply foundation, that's fine, but I really just use it to get coverage, extra coverage where I need it, and apply my concealer. So I like this small size. I don't even know if they still make the Beauty Blender minis, like the teeny little ones. Those were so, like, you have to have the tiniest little fingers to really use those. I didn't find them helpful. But this is like the perfect in-between size. I'm just gonna dab a little on this lovely blemish I have right here. Whew, okay. Okay, so then I always keep these like beauty Q-tips, like one side is more like flat and the other side is a little bit more tapered, just in case I have any like leftover eye makeup from yesterday or gunk from my allergies, let's be real. All right, so skin is done, just looking a little bit more smoothed out. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder and just set, especially since we'll be out in the heat today. As I'm sitting here in a long sleeve shirt. If you guys are ever wondering like why I'm wearing long sleeves in July, I'm down in our lower level and it's quite a bit cooler down here, and so it gets a little chilly, so I needed some long sleeves. That's obviously not what I'll be wearing outside. And last year when we went, we got dumped on rain, and of course there's a chance for rain today, so we'll see. For those of you that aren't in Wisconsin or in the area, Summerfest is like a music festival. So they've got like main stage bands that are like a higher ticket price, but then there's like an entry price and you can see a ton of different bands for a really low price, so it should be fun. Okay, 9 minutes, oh my gosh. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and a fluffy brush. Just to warm up the face a little bit. And now the key is I'm actually gonna be using all of my face products on my eyes as well. So that's just less things I have to grab for. And I do really like this bronzer because it's very buildable, so you can start light and then just keep building if you need to. Okay, bronzer. And then I'm gonna take the Milani Coral Cove Powder Blush, throw a little bit of this on. is pretty pigmented, so go light-handed. And this blush I'm going to use as my transition shade for my eyeshadow. And what I'd recommend when you're in a hurry is use, this blush is more pigmented, but use like a little bit more sheer products, so then you don't have to worry about like going in too heavy-handed, and that will really help you because it's sort of like goof-proof. So I'm just using a big fluffy brush. Fluffier brushes too will just help everything stay looking softer. And I'm just not being very precise, just kind of like whack. Okay. I might just run a little underneath. It's that scary look. Somebody's gonna screenshot that. All right, and then highlighter. So I'm gonna take the highlighter, again, with a more fluffy brush. This is Makeup Geek Daybreak. This is probably like my all-time favorite highlight. Now, if you choose to use a little bit of a glowier blush, you could go ahead and skip the highlight altogether. But I'm gonna use this as my eyeshadow shade, so I wanted something with a little bit of glow. Okay, and I'm gonna take a flat shader brush, throw this on the eyelid. Oh, 6 minutes, we can do it. Throw a little bit in my inner corner. I think like a light peachy, shimmery tone just looks really nice and kind of gives you a little bit more of an awake look. I'm gonna take that blender brush that I used with the blush and just blend those two together a little bit. Okay, looking good so far. I'm gonna go back into that bronzer and take a smaller, precise brush and just get a little bit of definition. This is like I don't have to do, but just popping it in the corners there. So we're using our blush, our bronzer, and our highlighter on our face. And then I'm gonna just take this and run it underneath. For definition. Okay, 4 minutes. We can do this. So, brows. All I'm gonna do for brows is take a little bit of the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is shade 4.5. I really like this for quickly getting a bit of definition to the brow. This has little fibers that helps make your brows look a little thicker. "30-second brows." So I am definitely that person that, like, if I'm leaving the house and I want to look a little bit put together, I'm at least going to put on brows and mascara. It's just, those things need to happen. Okay, so we're gonna use a little setting spray. Let's say, try this Stay Spray from Tarte. Throw on a little lip balm, like a tinted one. This is Glowing from Buxom. I think these are called like their plumping lip balms or something like that. I'll link everything that I use below. But I like that this has a little bit of color. Okay, we have 2 minutes. So, fresher lips, moisturized lips. And yes, I'm going to take the time to curl my eyelashes. using the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black. This is my all-time favorite mascara. I will use this even almost as like a first coat primer for a thickening mascara. This is definitely more of like a lengthening mascara, but when you're just going for something like fresh and light, I think just having like wispy, pretty lashes works really well. 1 minute. Now, the choice I'm making here is, do I want to put a second coat on my upper lashes or put a coat on my bottom lashes? I think I'm gonna choose upper lashes. Oh, 20 seconds. We're doing it, guys, we're doing it. And of course, I just got a mascara fleck on my face. Oh, okay, that's it. Timer. Okay, so here we have it. Let me take my headband out. So I want to take a moment because I spoke to you guys about hair before, and this is the phase where I would just take my fingers, now that dry shampoo has been sitting there for 15 minutes or so, and then I'll go through and really just kind of give a little zhuzh. And so now you can see I'm gonna get a little bit more volume than I had and just feel a little more fresh and clean. And even if I do end up putting this into a ponytail, that way I can have a little bit more volume at my root, so that'll be really nice. So it really is key to just throw your dry shampoo in and give it some time to do its job before you go ahead and shake through your hair. 15 minutes to get here. I don't think that's too bad. I would feel more than confident walking out of the house like this. This is a great look for like if you're getting up and you're going to the farmer's market, doing something in the morning, and you just want like to look a little bit refined and polished. I think that trick of using your face products for your eyes, it just really helps make everything so simple and quick. I love the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer for this because it's more of like a satin feel, and you're really gonna be able to build that up if you want. And Makeup Geek Daybreak Highlighter is still my favorite highlighter ever. I want to take a second just to show you guys because this is just beautiful. So it just has this gorgeous sheen to it. It's almost like a peachy pink, and I really like this. Definitely one of my favorites. I think if you apply it with a fluffy brush, you just get a very nice glow, but you could really go ham with it and make it metallic. I haven't used this Milani powder blush in a long time. I know a lot of people rave about, like, I love the Luminosa blush from Milani, but that one is a little too sheer and it's gonna be a little bit more shimmery. So because I knew I was gonna use it on my cheeks and my eyes, I wanted something that was a little bit more matte. A little bit of tinted lip balm, and that's all you need. It's gonna keep you hydrated throughout the day and give you a little bit of tint. Plus, it's nice when you don't wanna be fussing with it. If it wears off, it's not a big deal. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me frantically put on my makeup. This is just proof that really all it takes is a little bit of time to quickly get a little bit more polished. So let me know if you try this because I'd love to know your results. I think it's a great way to cut down on timing, but I hope that this helps you guys, and I'm gonna get ready to go to Summerfest. So hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon.